Ulcers. A lot of people have ulcers. They get a burning in the pit of their stomach. They get a burning in their chest. They get heartburn all too much. And they think maybe it's acid reflux, but eventually they get diagnosed as an ulcer in there too. They get abdominal pain. They get pain that shoots up to the shoulder and even to the back of the neck where they feel like, oh my God, what is this? And they don't know what's going on. But a lot of people, they get ulcers. The most common of all symptoms they get is a burning in their stomach that just won't go away. Nothing seems to calm it down. So let's get into here right now in the stomach right here. So let's talk about this. What causes an ulcer? Bad bacteria. Now, don't get tricked by good bacteria being a great thing in the sense where that will fix it, like probiotics or microorganisms. Good bacteria doesn't battle bad bacteria. They don't fight. You see what I mean? They don't fight. Good bacteria doesn't go to the ulcer and say, hey, you guys, get out of the ulcer now. They don't even go at battle with each other. So they have nothing to do with each other, good bacteria and bad bacteria. So that's important to know. So if you want to get rid of an ulcer, you have to go after bad bacteria, and you can't use good bacteria to do it. It just doesn't work. That's why people with ulcers can down the probiotics. They can eat all the probiotics they want, and the ulcer doesn't go away. So let's talk about how this ulcer is produced. Bad bacteria clings to the lining of the stomach, or clings to the lining of the duodenum, or clings to the lining of the small intestinal tract, or clings to the lining of the esophagus, and starts to nest and burrow a hole. It gets in there, and then it proliferates. Scar tissue starts to form over that bacteria, and then a hole, like a divot, starts to get created, a little divot. It's the beginning process of an ulcer. It's basically bad bacteria eating away at tissue, nesting, proliferating, releasing, and spawning new bacteria. And at the same time, your body's trying to overcompensate and form scar tissue. You get an inconsistency, you get a divot, you get a pit in there, and then we end up with nerves becoming inflamed in that area. So what nerves are being inflamed? Vagus nerves are part of that. That can actually give you that pain symptom going all the way up to the brain where you know you have a problem. But either way, ulcers are created by bad bacteria wherever they are that I talked about before. And good bacteria doesn't fix that. We have to do things to fix the ulcer. Supplements for ulcer, gastrointestinal issues, okay? It's different kinds of ulcers. Most ulcers created by bacteria. So if you're looking for a supplement for an ulcer, what you're really looking for is a supplement for killing off the bacteria that is inside the ulcer or making the ulcer. Now, viruses can also be behind ulcers too. Bacteria mostly, H. pylori, C. diff, staph. Yeah, staph could just be right in there working on the stomach. So let's figure that out. We'll talk about some gentle suggestions. And I think you should take those suggestions to your doctor who knows about your ulcer and then ask them, can I take aloe vera? Can I take some aloe vera? Okay, let's get into it a little bit. Where's the ulcer? Is it in the stomach? Is it in the duodenum? Okay. Is it somewhere else? Peptic ulcer. What kind of ulcer is it? It's number one. Is it in the lining? If you have an ulcer in the lining, that means your hydrochloric acid has been non-existent for probably a good most of your life. Keep that in mind. If you developed an ulcer in your duodenum or in your stomach or in your esophagus, good chance your HCl is really not present because your HCl was supposed to kill off the bacteria that was actually creating the ulcer in your duodenum, it was creating the ulcer in your stomach, creating the ulcer, right, in your esophagus. And your HCl did not do that, did not go and kill off that bacteria. What is that bacteria? Could be any number of bacteria and even viral. Could be a virus, okay? So if you got bacteria working on the inside of your stomach and that's what's happening here, let's get a little bacterium right here, you guys. So maybe we get a little picture here in the camera here. We'll just, this is what bacteria they do look like, to some degree, they have kind of that strange look like that there. Okay, viruses kind of look like this a little bit. And just so you know, the viruses that medical research and science toy with everybody, you know, where they show all these different viruses, really isn't what viruses look like, but it's the closest I can get out there that looks like anything. So there you go. And the viruses don't look like this, but when people are sick from them, then yeah, it feels like that pretty much, okay? So you can have a virus or bacteria in the lining of the stomach, and it's working and it's working, it's working on your lining. It's chipping away every single day for years until it creates scar tissue and makes itself a home in the scar tissue. And now you got an ulcer that doesn't want to cooperate, okay? So what I would do, depending on like how sensitive you are, what you think you can eat, what you think you can't eat, I would start eliminating, starting to remove certain foods, all right? Unless your doctor says otherwise, I would start getting rid of coffee, right there. Stay away from coffee, right there. You see that cup of coffee right there? I would stay away from that right there. You see that? Milk. What is that, you guys? Is that milk? I would stay away from, just moving everything away for a second. I would stay away from that right there. You see that? What's that? Butter? Butter. That's butter. You got an ulcer brewing? That thing ain't cooperating? I would stay away from this right here. You see this right here? I would stay away from these babies right there. That's right. Let's see what else we got here. Oh! Got an ulcer brewing? That's right. I'd be staying away from that right there. Oh man, those hard cheeses, aren't they good? I don't eat them, but aren't they good? Those hard cheeses. You got a bad ulcer? Stay away from this right there. Stay away from gluten. Stay away from gluten. Okay. And by the way, I don't think it's funny if you have an ulcer, because I'm going to tell you right now, even though I'm just, you know, being lighthearted about all this and talking about the foods you should stay away from, you know, with an ulcer, but people don't know what that feels like unless they've had it, and it can be literally brutal. I mean, brutal. No one gets it. Ulcers in the abdomen are absolutely horrendous on a lot of people. A lot of people suffer greatly. I do not take them lightly as far as what the suffering is and what you may be going through and what people go through. It can be devastating to people. It's pain. They're in pain. They can't sleep at night. They can't eat hardly anything. They don't know what to eat or not. It becomes madness. And I want you to know that you have my total respect with an ulcer, you know, like you having one or someone having one. You got my total respect for them, you know, for you and for what you're going through, for everyone, okay? I'm putting these kind of aside right here. So you want to stay away from milk. You want to stay away from coffee. And honestly, I'm just going to hit, I'm going to hit you with this one. I'm just telling you right here, okay? You got an ulcer, you have to stay away from chocolate. You got to stay away from chocolate if you have an ulcer. I'm just going to be straight up. That's it. I just am. You have to be careful. No chocolate delights, no chocolate desserts, no chocolate. Very important right there. Another thing too, you got a bad ulcer? Whoa, whoa. Maybe we can get a side shot on that one right there, okay? There we are. There we are. Stay away from the vinegars. What is that? Stay away from the vinegars right there, okay? If you have an ulcer. Got some white wine vinegar. You'll see that in, you won't see it, but you'll taste it in every single restaurant food there is. Basically, it's just, it should be used just for cleaning surfaces, for breaking up calcium or something. Another thing too, there's the balsamic vinegar. Oh, but it's balsamic. Oh, but it's balsamic. Oh, it's the highest quality vinegar there is on the planet. It's, you know, it's just, you know, ridiculous. And then my favorite of all, I took the sticker off because I don't need some company coming after me saying, you said my apple cider vinegar is so bad for people. You know, I got enough of that crap happening left and right. So there you go. There's the apple cider vinegar right there. Ulcers, be careful. Another thing too, and I'm going to trail off a little bit on the ulcers for 10 seconds, just for whatever, 10 seconds. But you want to keep these babies? You want to keep these babies in your head? You want these? Right. You want to keep these? Okay? You don't want early dentures? Okay? Stay away from vinegar. Stay away from vinegar. Remember, I mean, okay, here's what's crazy, right? I don't hear as much as I used to hear about apple cider vinegar anymore. Remember that? I mean, you go 10 years ago, 8 years ago, everybody was downing the apple cider vinegar shots. Everybody's doing the apple cider vinegar gummies. But you don't hear as much. It's going into the graveyard along with bone broth. It's going into the graveyard along with stem cell therapy. Peptides are going to be in the graveyard down the road. Just give them enough years and enough billionaires making money off of them, then you'll see peptides in the graveyard too, because they don't really work like people think they work. The point is though, you'll see apple cider vinegar is going into the graveyard, and if it already had, you'll see people fighting for it out there still, a little bit, but it's going away, and there's a reason for that, because you'll lose all these. Gone. You'll walk around like nothing there, no teeth, okay? And you're talking to somebody who has all their teeth, okay? And you can get veneers, you can do what you want, you can get whatever you need cosmetically, whatever it is. But I'm just telling you, I never got veneers. I'm going to say that now because guys my age, podcast doctors and all that other stuff, barely one tooth in their mouth is their own tooth. But they have all the answers. They got all the answers for you. All the crap they're selling you. All right. The butter. Start getting rid of these things. Bring in some avocado. Bring in some avocado. Definitely. Bring in some steamed potato. Bring in some bananas. Not all in the same meal. Don't put steamed potato with banana and avocado. Don't do that. But bring in some of these different foods. Okay? Steamed broccoli. Steam it soft. Steamed asparagus, steam it soft. Steamed peas, steam it soft. Bring them in, see what it's like. Do your celery juice in the morning. Bring in some steamed peas, steamed broccoli, steamed Brussels sprouts, steam them soft and see how it feels with your ulcer. Ask your doctor what you think. But yeah, bring in steamed potatoes when you're doing steamed potatoes. Chop up a little cilantro, put it on top. You can do different steamed vegetables with your steamed potatoes. Have a meal of that. See how it feels. But I'm saying with ulcers, remember this. There is a way out and you can heal them, okay? I'm going to move this back over here. I'm giving you as many tidbits as I can. Get the books, learn the information, clean up your ulcer, clean up your diverticulitis, your diverticulosis, clean up that. Clean up your gastral distress and gastric problems, your low HCl, clean up your low HCl, get that better. You can heal. You can do it. You can get better. You can turn your life around. It's actually possible because guess what? Millions have with medical meme information.